Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we are. I know we had some challenges during February. Coach Cai was moving, but here we are, back on our monthly wellness slot with the one, the only, awesome Coach Cai. Coach, how you doing? Are you well?
Hello, yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you, Paul. And yes, we missed Feb. We missed that month, so we did move into a new apartment, and there were some of repairs, and yeah, it took a lot of time. But yeah, we're back. We're back here.
Perfect.
So
We're back, and you're all settled now. You all moved into your apartment.
yeah,
Everything good?
yeah.
Cool. And have you recovered from your injuries? I know that January, for one reason or another, you couldn't seem to walk anyway. You just kept on having accidents, right? You're healthy now. You're all recovered. You're back working out.
I'm definitely back working out, but I'm taking it super easy. So I went back running. I think my longest run I did so far is about an hour.
Okay.
And that's actually because I do like 2 hours, 2 3 hours kind of long run. So I'm a bit like still getting back on where I used to be, and I'm doing yeah, some workouts as well. So
Excellent. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. The fact you're
yeah,
back
it
on it
is.
again is
It
great.
is.
It's great.
So I'm
So,
taking it easy.
excellent. And Kai, great to see you again, and very happy and very pleased to hear that you're, healthy, well, and you've all settled in now. So, great. And today, I think you wanted to talk about abundance mindset. So, I know that you did a small mini course last week for your clients.
Yeah.
So maybe if you could just kind of explain to everybody out there what is abundance mindset and how important is it in helping you achieve your goals?
Yes. So they call it abundance mindset, and some people they call it growth mindset. But really, it's about
Okay.
you having everything that you need and being grateful for it. And you're still working towards the things that you want to do, but you're in this space of abundance and this energy of abundance that you're going to attract all the things that you want. So I think the key part here is really being grateful with what you currently have and also being grateful for the things that's coming your way. So most people they're like saying things like I don't have money for that. I can't spend for, I don't know, a coach. I can't hire a coach, or I can't buy organic food and things like that. And I can't afford this. I don't have time to work out. And this is the scarcity mindset that we are blocking ourselves from receiving blessings from the universe, from receiving success that we want, from receiving abundance that we deserve. So yeah, so last week I talked about the abundance mindset and how really this kind of mindset helped me manifest so much in my life, in my business, and also in my personal life. So
I think that's great. I agree. I think I've not known it as abundance mindset. When I've looked into this, I've looked at it as a growth mindset. So the books I've had talk about the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And the growth mindset is along the lines of what you're saying there, whereas, okay, so you may not be where you want to be right now, but as long as you're open to understanding the actions you need to put in place, as long as you've got that, you're doing those actions on a consistent basis, you will eventually get to where you want to go, right? I just clear something though. So a lot of coaches, a lot of these mentors, these life coaches out there, talk about getting into the Zen state, talk about the abundance mindset, and how important it is to have that. I agree, but I think as well, I think where you're different compared to maybe some of the other coaches out there, is that you recognise that yes, you need the abundance mindset, but it's also critical that you're prepared to put the work in. You can't just go and sit. You can't just go and sit on a mountain and go, hum hum hum. I want to be a millionaire, right? That won't
yeah,
work. You can't Zen state it. You need to go. Yes,
yeah,
I know what I need to do. That's where I want to be. Yes, I want to be a millionaire, or I want my own house, or I want my own car, or I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to drop 5 shots off my golf game. But you
yeah.
you need to put the work in together, and you need to be open to go through that journey, right?
Yes, that's absolutely true. So abundance is twofold. You have this spiritual part of it, wherein you are just believing that you deserve so much wealth and abundance in your life. And then on the this is where your manifestation comes in, your visualization comes in, and things like that. And then the other part is really the action, the physical, translating that thought into the physical world. So we heard this over and over before. Thoughts becomes things, right? So you really have to translate that whatever it is that you have in your mind. You have to work in the physical plane so it would get translated to the physical world. So abundance really is not just about the money, but it's also about your health, your time, your energy. And this is your wealth, the actual pile of monies and cash and whatever it is that you have in your life is actually just a manifestation of what's inside your head, what's inside your subconscious mind, and what's inside your thoughts. And we have to understand that our thoughts become like a driving force in our lives. Like 95% of who we are is like our subconscious minds and the thoughts that we have. So it's really is driving us every single day, and that drives our results, therefore what we have, right? So most people, they're like, okay, I'm gonna start working out when I have more time. Okay, I'm gonna start I don't know, buying healthier foods and not junk foods when I have more money. I'm going to start that business when I have money. And I'm going to
Mm.
start to become successful when I have those results. But it doesn't work that way. It's like you have it first and then you're gonna be that person. It's not like that. It has to be the other way, wherein you are already feeling that you're this healthy person who of course make time to have I don't know, to have workouts. This successful person who would actually do things for his her business, or this person who would actually invest on himself. And when you do that, of course you're going to have those results. So it's a be, you do, and you have. So it's a be do have process that I think is very, very important for every one of us to understand and to learn and implement.
I think that's great. I do. I think also there's a lot of people out there that may struggle in terms of getting to the abundance mindset or the growth mindset initially, right? Where particularly now, a lot of people are going through some difficult times. COVID has been with us for nearly a year now. You and I live in the Philippines. We've been in with the longest country in lockdown. We still don't know when the vaccines come in. I'm not getting into a political discussion at all. I value my life too much. But these things play on people's minds, right? And we're probably in a different situation than we've been in the past. So, what steps would you recommend to help people to get to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel, right? To get into this abundance mindset where you go, right, I want to get this car, or I want to buy this house, but I'm scared. I can't see my friends. I can't see my family.
Yeah.
What steps? Do you have any kind of recommendations or suggestions on how people can cope with that?
Yeah, I think it's also important to understand that this is not the first time that we went through a collective challenge, like a collective crisis for human race. Like when you look back in history, this is not the first time that we encountered a disease like that became a pandemic and things like that. This is not the first time that we experienced recession or economic crisis. So, and all those times in the past, we were able to, I don't know, we're able to get past it and become successful despite those situations. We're able to overcome those challenges. So historically, we are meant to overcome. Historically, we are meant to do this. Like, this is not the first time for us, right? So knowing that, like, you could just look at the past and look at those things that happened. Who were the successful people who came up after who who came out really strong after those crises, right? So these are the people who are believing that there is something at the end of it. Okay, so these are the people who are the leaders of our times who would say that despite this, I'm still gonna do this work that I need to do, or I'm still gonna create something, or I'm still gonna like help other people and things like that. And just being creative in whatever it is that they have as their resources, and come up with something that is not just beneficial for themselves but also beneficial for the community as well, for other people. And how do like us people get to that space? First, I think it's important that we understand what we're meant to do, what we're here to do, and it aligns with your purpose and your core values as a person. And this is like very very important if you want to like create a new business or achieve more wealth in life. Because why would you want more wealth for? Why would you want more money for? What would you do with that wealth? If you have so much money and you know that you can do good with that money, there's purpose for your pursuit, for your wealth and your abundance, right? So you know that you're emotionally involved with what you want to do. So, first, you know what your purpose is, and second, you're emotionally involved with it. And when you're emotionally involved, of course, you're gonna do something about it. Of course, you're invested. Of course, you're gonna take action. And all money decisions are emotional decisions, right? Just choosing where to eat is actually an emotional decision because food makes you feel good, right? So just choosing where to invest, where to live. I chose this apartment because it's amazing. It has a really good view. It makes me feel amazing in the morning because I have the morning sun. Like it's very emotional. So really get involved emotionally with your um money goals or life goals. And then after that, find I think it's important that you find mentors and read books and be inside
Hmm.
a community that has the same goals as you. So when we have mentors, they actually see us to our potential. Like I'm mentoring some people who wants to have their own business and people who are already business owner and entrepreneurs, and I'm seeing them holding them up to their potentials and they're living up to it. And this is actually science based. This is called Pygmalion effect in psychology, that when someone is held against a high standard, the probability is high for that person to actually achieve that potential, to actually live up to that standard. So it would want you to do good, do great, perform, and be excellent at what you do. And also, when you read books, of course, you're hanging out with these amazing authors, so you are learning from them as also your mentors. Although it's kind of like virtual because you're just reading their works, it's a really, really amazing way of learning from successful people. And yeah, that's it. What else? And lastly, I think to answer your question, because I've blubbered a lot, is to become really grateful. Okay, so knowing what you want, you're emotionally involved. You know what to do with money. You know you're inside this amazing community who are supportive of your goals. Now you really want to be grateful. And gratefulness is an open door to abundance. Like you attract what you think, you attract what you feel. So what you focus on expands. So if you're just focusing on amazing things in your life, you're going to attract all those amazing things back in your life. And this is actually the number one rule for manifestation. So yeah, like be grateful for whatever it is you have right now. So you still have a job, even if you're being employed, be grateful for that. You're employed. Some people lost their job. You want to put up a business or you still have a business, be grateful for that. A lot of people had to close businesses this year. I had to shift my business as well because of what happened. So
Hmm.
be grateful for that. Did you get I don't know, redundated or laid off because of the pandemic? Be grateful for that. You now have so much time to think about what you want to do with your life, where you want to go, what you're supposed to build next, what you want to build next after that job. And I don't know, I just like finding the silver lining all the time, right? So of course you're going to find evidences from the universe that's going to support that you're blessed, that you're abundant, that you're wealthy. And I think that's the key. Be grateful.
I think some of the comments you made there are wonderful. To be honest, I love the comment you said. Gratefulness is a doorway to or a gateway to abundance. Right, that's a wonderful mindset to have. And I hear a lot, and it's only recently this has started to sink in with me. Is the It's difficult, right? But you have to think that the universe is rigged in your favor, right? That if you start to think that everything that is happening to you because it's in your favor, then as difficult as those times are, you kind of go, right, well, it's meant to happen to me, so I've got to work myself through it, right? And I see that quote a lot, and as I said, it's just started to resonate with me that the universe is rigged in my favor. Well, at least I hope it is. Otherwise, this is a complete waste of time, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
there we go. Cool. So you were there talking about books, and I know that you're an avid reader. In terms of people out there that wanted to explore a little bit more on the growth or the abundance mindset, or any type of recommendations,
Yeah.
what books would you recommend to start with? Have you got any favorite books that you'd recommend?
My favorite book for abundance and manifestation and
Hmm.
success is
Hmm.
actually um, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So it's life changing. I've had that book since I think I was in college when I got that book. So
Okay.
it explains to you the principle. It's speaking about the secret. What is the secret of all the successful people? And you will it will not tell you exactly what it is, but it tells you in forms of stories and anecdotes, and giving examples of amazing people like Henry Ford, or um, Edison and Edwin Barnes and things like that. And yeah, a lot of mentors right now and coaches are referencing this book as well. So next would be my next favorite would be Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So Think and Grow Rich is on the spiritual side. Of course, they're still practical, but Kiyosaki is more on the practical and how you're going to implement and how you're going to navigate, like for example economics or being employed or building a business or even taxes and things like that. So yeah, I think that two books is my favorite for abundance. Yeah.
I think
And
it's critical there that the point that you mentioned about yes, everybody can zen out and everybody can spend 5 minutes meditating about I want to be a millionaire, I want to start my own business, or I want to improve my golf swing, whatever it may be, right? But as you said, and we said at the start of the show, you need to put the work in. It's not just going to come to you magically, right? It's not going to because if it would come to you magically, everybody who wants to be a millionaire would be a millionaire now, right? So you need to put the work in, whatever your goal is. And I think far too often or I, you associate goals to wealth, and that's not always the case, right? So whatever your goal is, whatever your definition of success is, it's important that you put those measures in place to get you closer to that goal. You have to think of it like a ladder, right? And just take one at a time, whether that's a 1 year, 2, 3, or 5 year plan, whatever it is. As long as you're progressing towards the top of the ladder, then kudos to you, right? Because a lot of people don't do it. So yeah, cool, guy.
yeah, and,
Very
and
cool. So
you mentioned about ladder, and I think what people needs to understand as well is setting up for the long game. So it's not just like think about the short term benefits of, for example, being employed, right?
mhm.
Against benefits of having your own thing. So really setting up it applies to any goal actually. So you're not just leaving for this month's goal or for this year's goal, but you're really setting up for the long game Like, what would you want your life to look like? What would you want your life to be? And just think about maybe J.K. Rowling when, because I love Harry Potter, when she thought about Harry Potter, she thought that Harry's gonna be in Hogwarts for 7 years. So it's a long game. So she has already planned for that and created a really nice universe just because she thought of the long game. And I think that is something that would help us as well when we are wanting to make better lives for ourselves, and really having that right attitude of persistence when you want something, because sometimes most people, they're just really one step to success, but then it gets really hard and really difficult and challenging, so you quit. You're like few steps and you quit, right? So also you mentioned about um, like people thinking that it's just magic, that things would just magically appear. And I was just having this wonderful conversation with my fiance yesterday, that most or some people would just chalk up other people's successes to, oh, she's just lucky, oh, they're talented, oh, they're, and all those things, right?
Mm.
Because for them, it's actually easier for people to say that, oh, she's just lucky, so I'm not lucky. So you stop thinking for yourself. You just stop, your brain just stopped working and functioning, instead of saying, oh, I can't be like that because I'm not talented and I'm not like, let's say, LeBron James, I can't shoot
Yeah.
balls or things like that, I'm not like that. So you are already blocking yourself, because you are not thinking, how can I be that successful as well, how can I be that type of player as well, or how can I be that type of person as well, right? So you just stop thinking, because you're like, they're just successful, they're just lucky, it's fortune, it's whatever. But you're not thinking, how can I be, what can I do, and things like that. So yeah, it's it's not magic.
No, you have to do the work, and sometimes you need to be brave enough and bold enough to pivot, right? To go, right. So I've tried this, and regardless of how many times I've tried it, it's either it's not aligned to your core values, or right now you don't necessarily have the skills where you want to progress, or you're not going as fast as you want. But that doesn't mean that you have to completely drop that subject, or you can pivot to something else, right? Where you've learned the experiences and you can apply them to a different field. You said at the start of the show that you started this mini abundance mindset course with your clients. So I've got two questions for you, right? My first question is, there's one of your clients who I love. I don't know his name. He's a little bit like me. He's got grey hair, right? He wears glasses, but
Yeah.
he's so enthusiastic. He just loves what you do with him and the work you do with him. So if you could explain a little bit more about the work you're doing with him, and also where if somebody signs up to this mini abundance course, this mini mindset abundance course, what would they get? What's the kind of package look like? Tell me.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, the mini abundance course is a one-time thing. So
Oh,
I,
right, sorry.
yeah, I just created it, and it's just no replays or whatever, because I just wanted to really work with people who are the go-getters, who are
Okay.
action takers. It's just gonna be there and apply it in their lives. And it was just through a poll, because I was asking people, what would you, if I'm creating a freebie, on what topic would you like me to do something
Nice.
like, instead
So it
abundance.
was free.
And
It
then
was free. It was free to your
it was
clients.
a free course. It was a
Oh,
free course. And they learned so much. I think it ran for like 2 hours. So I created a digest actually on my Instagram. It's there. So
okay.
yeah, so you mentioned my student. Yes, my student Anthony. He is also a
Anthony.
coach. Yes, Anthony is
All
very.
right. Okay.
Yes, so he's also a coach, and at first, really, I almost didn't want to take him in, because
Okay.
I'm a fitness coach. I'm a life and health coach. So I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I gonna do like business coaching or coaching another, another coaches, and I'm like, well, I am a coach. This is a business. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've created a 7-figure business from scratch. So I think I know what I'm doing. So maybe I can share what I know to this person. Plus, he really wants to work with me. So the work that I did with him is a private coaching for 6 months. So we did mindset coaching, really knowing what it is that is aligned, his business is in alignment with his values. And you mentioned that earlier, that if you're not in alignment, you're not going to be showing up for it, because there's going to be that icky feeling that you're not in alignment with your core values. So this work is for him to get into alignment and also remove the blocks, the limiting blocks in abundance, in coaching, in about what he thinks about himself and things like that. So one of the block that we worked on together is, how can I have international clients? I'm from a third world country. Who's gonna pay me thousands of dollars if I'm in a third world country? And we really challenged that, and we really went back and found the blocks for him. And guess what? All of his clients right now are actually Europeans.
Nice.
And it was just amazing. Like, just building his business, helping him create his signature program, create the structure for his coaching business, the pricing for his coaching business. And I think the most important part is building confidence on what he want to do, because I know that he can help people, and I'm seeing him in that potential, and he actually lived up to it, and he was able to price like thousands of dollars for his coaching packages, and he's able to work with international clients. And we're just in it for like how many months? I think third month now. So yeah, amazing work from my student. Yeah.
I may need to hire you to help me with my businesses at the moment. We'll talk about that later. Coach, as always, it's been a wonderful topic with you. I love the time that we get together on a monthly basis, and I always feel that, because I think we both share some similar interests in terms of, your mindset and your growth, that we could spend 3 or 4 hours talking about this.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bore people. Just when you were talking, then I was thinking, right, so you're talking about the imposter syndrome in terms of where people don't feel they can achieve what they should be able to achieve, right? Where, and then how having a mentor helps you achieve your goals. And I know I've got my own life coach, right? And I've been on quite a journey over the past 12 months. And if I go back before I started having the coach, that there's no way that I would have thought I'd achieved what I'd achieved by now. And I've still got a long way to go, but it helps, right? And then we talked about the ladder, and it takes me back to our first session where you talked about having your ladder against the wrong wall. There's just so much more that we can pack, but let's just keep it to like 30 minutes, and we can continue to do these monthly sessions. So we're coming to the last minute. We're coming to the last minute or so now. So I guess you have a shameless self-plug. Where can people reach you? What's the situation with kind of your coaching company at the moment? What's the latest?
Okay, so people can reach me on my Instagram account. It's Cai Abbas, or they can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm still Cai Abbas on LinkedIn and everywhere on Facebook. So I just want to talk about my up level program. So this is now a year-long transformation program, going to help you really find out who you want to be, what you want to make out of this life, and how to get there. So this is really a roadmap, and it's not just about fitness and nutrition anymore. Of course, fitness and nutrition is going to be there, because that's your body is your vehicle in this physical world, so you can achieve those goals. So of course, it's going to be there, but bulk of the work is really on the mindset and really working on yourself, releasing yourself from limiting beliefs, releasing all your mental blocks, and just really creating this new version, this up level version of yourself who is already successful. So yeah, that's what I do, and the program is open for signups for March. Yay!
For March. So sign up for March, and that would run until March 2022 if people sign up for March.
Yes,
Is that right?
yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Okay, cool. Kai, always a pleasure, never a chore. Thank you so much for giving up your time. I know how busy you are. Um, Audience, please contact Kai, follow her on Instagram. Even if you don't sign up to her level packages, you will learn so much. She's so active in those social media platforms, and she always has some really good advice, whether it's about fitness, whether it's about nutrition, books to read, or just simply hanging out with friends. And
Yeah.
excellent. I highly recommend anybody out there who isn't already following you, please follow Kai over, well, ideally Instagram, right? But Kai, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day, and hopefully next month we'll have a smooth month this month, and we'll be able to chat again
Yes.
next month. All right?
Yes.
Cool.
Thank
Take
you
care,
po.
Kai.
Okay,
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye bye.